Howdy folks, Keywii here, and welcome back to Steins Gate. Today's place so much to be awesome, where Lukico has asked me out on a date. And yeah, I got my water. Cause I remember from last episode, if it's gonna be Lukico and Okabe on a date, they're gonna be fucking deep voicing the whole goddamn time, and I gotta have some wah-wah. True, when a couple goes somewhere together, that's called a date. It would really be a dick move if I refused to go on a date right after we started going out. Okay, but where? Doesn't look like she's got a place in mind. I want to go where you want to go, Okabe-san. Yeah, this is something I learned about Japanese dating, actually. Interesting thing I know. So I learned, because abroad in Japan, the British dude who lives in Japan and is like a teacher there or whatever, he went into, like, was talking about, like, Japanese dating at one point, and, like, the guy is supposed to come up with, like, the whole plan, apparently, and the girl's just supposed to agree and go along with it, and she doesn't, and it's not that she doesn't have a say, it's that she doesn't want to say, and it's entirely up to the guy, and if he doesn't prepare, and if he doesn't have everything planned, then, well, no date for him. So, you know, it's interesting. Because over here, it's, a little more loose. I want to know more about the places you frequent, Okabe-san. Oh, so the lab. So in other words, she wants me to decide for her? It's really unfair to be so cute. People will forgive you for anything you say. I scratched my head and thought. Then I'll come up with something by tomorrow. For now, I just want to get out of this sickeningly sweet atmosphere that's brewing. Yeah, I know. If a girl is just like, I want to go wherever you want to go, I'll be like, you sure? Because I could absolutely bore the fuck out of her by going to places only I want to go. But you know what? If she's definitely sure, then we're going bowling, and then we're coming back to my place to play games on Steam. That's me. That's how I am. And then she'll be disappointed. It'll be like, you wanted to go where I want to go. This is where I want to go. If you suggested shit, we would have gone there. You can't just be disappointed when you made me choose and then I chose. He arranged to meet tomorrow morning, and then I quickly leave the shrine behind. I breathe a sigh of relief at the sparsity of pedestrians on Mansaibashi Bridge. I'm struggling with these names. Well, here's who's walking behind me. She was completely useless. Did you agree to go out with her? I can kind of guess based on Yurabayashi-san's reaction. Wait, you saw that? You told me to watch, didn't you? Yeah, but I figured you left. Oh yeah. I was expecting her to give me advice. Yeah, I guess I should have known better. We're going on a date tomorrow. Yeah. Karasu makes a small nasal sound. Nasal sniff sound. She hasn't been making eye contact. Insane mad scientist is dating a high school girl. It's not insane at all. Well, first of all, he's only like a year older than her. So it's like, specifying the high school thing only makes it weird. You're adding weirdness to it. Secondly, you don't have to be insane all the time. If you're insane all the time, you're predictable, and you're not insane anymore because you're predictable and you're constantly doing the same shit over and over again. Oh, you pop out of a place and go wooga wooga. Yeah, totally unpredictable. Damn you, Karasu, must you always be so cynical. Let's just ignore her and get to the lab. Completely block her from my brain. All perception of her disappears. But just as I quicken my pace, she grabs my shoulder and pulls me back. I almost fall down backwards. I'm really tall. What was that for? Sorry, I didn't mean to be snippy. I'm just a little irritated. She doesn't tell me what she's irritated about. But, you know, if you know anything about tropes, then you know why she's irritated. I'm not going to say anything, because I'm just an asshole like that. If you don't know, then that's on you. Instead, she starts rubbing her temples. You made the choice to save Mayuri, so I'll change my way of thinking, too. Anyway, do you have any plans for your date tomorrow? Date plans. Told Luke I'd come up with something by tomorrow. So far, I've made no progress. Can't help but feel uneasy about the whole thing. I mean, you just left, right? I mean, I could probably come up with plans in that time. They wouldn't... They'd be rough to draft, but, you know, I'd still come up with anything. But, you know, it's like, it just happened. You got till tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Even though I'm doing it to save my earring. Like, I just did two conflicting points side by side there. Well, do you? This calls for Hououin Kyouma. I have only one thing to say, assistant mine. I am the great Hououin Kyouma, a mad scientist with an IQ rivaling that of Isaac Newton himself. And? Naturally, as a mad scientist, I have no interest in this thing mortals call love. My incredible brain is devoted to the destruction of the system that controls the world and the birth of a new age of chaos. Now, obviously a virgin, thank you, that's kind of irrelevant to dating. I mean, we're not even adults yet. Adult dating, yeah, virginity kind of plays a part sometimes, but not all the time, but, you know, sometimes. But teenage dating and, like, early adult, late teenager dating, way less so. Well, maybe. Take some fucking water is what I'm doing. Huh? You didn't just hear that? Damn you, assistant. How dare you point out the truth so bluntly. I won't forgive this insult. Forget. Sorry, I didn't... I kind of regretted that the incident left my mouth. It was one of those things where you're saying it and you're just trying to stop it and it just sort of falls out. I'm sorry. What about you? Your experience must be vast indeed if you think you can lecture me about it. I don't miss Christina's grimace. That's what I thought. You spent all your time on research, so you got zero experience, don't you? You must have been awfully lonely in America, huh? Okay, way to push it, dude. She just, like, almost said you were a virgin. You didn't have to fucking pounce. Chill. Shut up. What's wrong with being a virgin? Now what? The genius girl who cried virgin at the center of Akiba. Oh, because she's in public. Gotcha. That makes sense. I wouldn't be surprised to see if it plastered across the blogosphere. Why? Thankfully, it's early morning, but there are still a few pedestrians grinning in Karasu. Let's get out of here. Everyone thinks being a virgin is bad, so if you say it out loud, people make fun of you, and it's just not fun. Granted, I've never yelled anything out loud in public. I just have a naturally loud speaking voice now. It isn't coming through because my microphone is weird, but I have a naturally loud speaking voice, so when I'm having any conversation with a friend of mine, and, like, I'm in public, then people just listen, and sometimes they just like, haha, you guys are funny. But I've never, like, yelled anything as far as I know. Not outside of context, anyway. Karasu starts to hurry away. What's important for a first date is to make good impression. If they already know each other, the impression is made. An unclean appearance is out of the question. Haircut is especially important. Long hair looks dirty, so it's no good. You have long hair. For clothes, you should wear something exactly the right size. Though it may be trendy, especially in Akiba, for young men to wear baggy clothes, it looks slobby, so it's not good. Why exactly am I in a maid cafe getting dated advice from my younger assistant, who's also a girl, but most importantly, also hasn't done much dating, so what would she know? On the first date, conversation tends to break due to mutual nervousness, so it's important to play conversation catch. One-sided conversations aren't fun for the other side. Girls especially like to talk, so the guy should try to keep the conversation going. Okay. In your logic, if girls like to talk, why is it on the guy to keep the conversation going? Now, again, it's a two-way street, obviously. I've had conversations before. And dates. I know this shit works, but, like, based on the words you're using, you're contradicting yourself. You're not providing enough context. Not just by listening, throwing in appropriate responses is also necessary. Responsiveness gives the girl the impression that you're really listening to her. You know, instead of actually listening. Basically, you need to be the opposite of yourself. Anyway, focus on acting normal for now. No more of that idiotic laughter. You mean the shit that Lukiko finds adorable about me? Because if she didn't like that part of me, why would she like me at all? So, if I'm acting unlike myself, then would that not be displeasing? You don't... Here's the misconception. If you're like an odd person, like me, if you're an odd or eccentric individual, and you go on a date and this girl or guy likes you, if this person likes you and they ask you out on a date, like they ask you to go on a date, and you're like, hell yeah, immediately changing so that you can be quote-unquote good is not how you should do. Now, obviously you should do something. You don't do nothing, but like, be a better version of you. Don't just change who you are. You know, maybe like tone things down or bump things up a little, but definitely don't like change who you are. Like, no one feels comfortable in a stuffy shirt. Don't be a stuffy shirt. You're too heavy-handed with girls. You talk too pompously. You fire off nonsensical delusions. Hey, you're just reading out of a dating manual, so you've got no right to look down on me, you American virgin. Since neither of us knows anything about romance, we're studying out of a dating manual we bought on the way here. That's hilarious. Alright. Now, I've only been on like 6 dates in my life, but you know what? Let's see here. 1, 2... Oh, okay, yeah, I can't say 6 because my ex, we spent like a week together on vacation in Florida, and yeah, that's, every time we went out technically was a date. Though, some of them were just normal outings, but you know what I mean. Who are you calling an American virgin? You? What do you mean, who am I calling? You, obviously. Who else but you? Who else but you? Yeah, sure thing, virgin. She should have said Japanese virgin. It's a saying, a fortress is judged by how many attackers it repulses. Soldiers judged by how many fortresses he takes. Why can't people just both be soldiers? Or both be... Why? Why would you false dichotomy it? Fucking goddamn it. So apparently women are the fortresses and soldiers are the fucking... Men are the soldiers. God, that's just awful. That's not a saying. Don't look so proud of yourself. Alright, this is a dumb argument. Anyway, this dating manual actually says some pretty interesting things. Alright, now I do like the fact that they're both bad at it, so they're just like equally just reading through the book. Here's who flips through the manual on top of the table. Like, when walking down the street, be sure to put yourself between your date and the road, or whatever you do, don't make the girl pay for anything. Okay, so your date tomorrow. Make sure you follow all those rules. Wonder if I can really be that careful. And after that, there's carry a clean handkerchief, spread it out when the girl goes to sit on the park bench. I'm not her butler. That's what the book says. The book tells you a lot of things that, you know, aren't as relevant as they once were. They're polite, sure, but don't, you know, do them. When it's time to eat, avoid fast food of all kinds. Family restaurants are borderline acceptable. Anything else depends on your budget. The hell's... What if we both want McDonald's? Like, I get it. It's not good for you, but... God, are those fries good? Family restaurants are borderline. Where are the family restaurants in Akiba? Arrive at a meeting place at least 15 minutes early. Tardiness is unacceptable. 15 minutes early? Then you just need to decide where to take it. Movies, art galleries, strolling to town, and food are all safe. I see, it's easier than I thought, I guess. I was under the impression that a first date required going to a beautiful beach resort, exchanging your first kiss, bathed in the light of the setting sun, and stuff like that. Yeah, this isn't... What? Ah, that's really romantic. I mean, that's Virgin Imagination to full throttle. You've read way too much manga. You too. Yeah, she's like, yeah, that's really romantic. No, wait, hang on. Take a step back. Besides, your date's a minor, so don't even think about bringing her to a hotel, okay? She's 17! What, is she like 15? Fucking chill with the whole minor shit. What do you take me for? That way lie forbidden lust. No, just forbidden activity. Don't actually do that at all. Do not date a minor at all. But like also, you're 18, she's 17. That's 1 year. That's fine. Not to mention Lucio is such an innocent girl, if I brought her to a hotel, she'd probably faint from shock. Like, growing up I still do technically, but it's expanded, but growing up I had a rule. I had the age rule. I would only look at, like for or at people who are 3 years older than me, 2 years younger than me. Because that just made sense to me at the time. Now obviously, being 28, I've expanded that quite a bit actually. Because 22-year-olds, perfectly fine, and that's 6 years back. So, you know, it changes as you get older. But, like, anyone below 20 or that area, not for me. Like, not even just because, like, it's illegal or whatever, and because it isn't. You know, 20-year-old is fine. It's just, like, that way lay madness, and also, people like that are really immature and fucking annoying. So, yeah, no. Now, legally, the age of consent in Canada, in Ontario, is 16. So, you know, not 18, 16. But even then, I ain't ever gonna go back that far. Like, if I were to ever actually date at all, because people don't fucking instigate that shit with me. If I were a person who dated, then, yeah, no, I would definitely be... Like, I've tried so many fucking things. I've tried online dating, or I've tried online dating sites. Just nothing fucking works for me. I'd mentioned Lucas, blah blah blah, I already spread that. That just about covers it. Well, was my lecture helpful? You mean the manual's lecture? Like, manuals can't talk, stupid. Stupid. Why are you so stupid? Anyway, strolling around town counts as a day, huh? In that case, I don't have to waste money. Now, Kyouma, going on the date now? Ferris comes to our table carrying drinks. Thanks for waiting. I'll prepare your iced coffee, Nyan. As usual, she pours in milk and syrup. Syrup? Sugar? Is syrup a thing people put in coffee? I guess for flavoring. No, I don't drink coffee, so I don't fucking know. Percy watches this with great interest. I guess this is her first time at a maid cafe. Is Miyosha the lucky girl, Nyan? Ferris winks at me playfully while stirring Karasu's iced coffee. Why would you think that? Not her, Nya, then. Ferris looks at Karasu. Is it her, Nya? Yeah. No, she's my assistant. There's another point of contention. Karasu and I exchange glares sharper than a sword's blade. I swear sparks are flying. Let the sparks fly, baby. Then some other girl, Nya. Kyouma, you tomcat. You're making moves on too many girls, Nya. Oh. So you're making moves on too many girls, huh? No. That's... Ferris literally just made that up. Why do you believe it? What nonsense. Well, I guess I did hug Ferris. We're pregnant now. That was on the 14th, so when I time leaped to the 12th, it was undone. Shake off a pang of loneliness and return to the conversation. The next day finds me strolling around Akiba with Lukiko. So, where to next? Event number 1. Lunch at a family restaurant is already complete. I took care of the bill, and now we're back out in the heat. I got the entire day planned out in my head. The next event is bowling. We take a walk around town. Yeah, okay. It's Oban holiday, and so Akiba is crowded. God, I feel like I'm playing Billion Road all of a sudden. To avoid the crowds, we end up walking through the back streets. Backstreet Boys. My plan is to walk with Lukiko all the way to Uena and back. That should be enough, right? End of episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, I'm Keywii. You've been great to you and yourself a delightful day. Goodbye. Just, there we go. Yeah. Goodbye.